Are you feeling frustrated because you've done all this internal work and your outside world just really isn't reflecting all the work you've done on the inside? It's such a common frustration. And part of it is because it takes your mind and your body a little bit to recalibrate, to really embody all the inner work that you've done. So you really have to give yourself some time, no matter if it's frustrating or not. It just is what it is. And that's part of dedicating yourself to really walking the path no matter what comes up for you. Because as you know from past things that you've gotten over or through, you know that this will pass too. And it's just a matter of time. It takes time to grow and it takes time to change and really embody those things that you want to embody. All right, so that's part of it. And then part of it too is that sometimes it's really hard for us to be content where we're at when it's really not where we want to be at, right? You want a whole different life. And if you feel like if you are content with where you're at and you just surrender, like everyone says, then it's like telling everyone you're okay with where you're at. And we all feel like we're going to be judged. Like if we accept where we're at, if it's not really where we want to be at, people will think, oh, see, they couldn't do it. They couldn't hack it, right? That's what we're thinking they're thinking. And we're also thinking they're thinking, God, look if they have this lousy job and they don't make that much money and they, don't have much of a life and all of this. And so here they talk about all this work they're doing, but it really hasn't done anything. All kinds of things like that come into our mind when our insides are not matching our outsides and vice versa, right? There's this gap. And I just want to assure you that part of that too is really reparenting that inner child, because all of those thoughts are coming from wiring that happened when you were little about different beliefs about money and status and success and how people see you, self-worth, all of that. And so those are the times that you really need to be kindest to yourself and really remother yourself in order to rewire those patterns in your brain. All right, so the best thing to do during those times is to really just sit with where you're at. You'll probably, like when you're thinking about the unworthy piece and really frustrated about your outer world not matching your inner world, your chest will start to tighten up, your belly will tighten up, you'll start to maybe feel anxious or hot or a combination of all those things. And that's when you need to just calm down. And really part of it is nervous system regulation, because you're not going to think clearly until you really regulate your nervous system. So there are a couple different tricks you can do for that. And if you know some, do what works for you. But one really easy one is that you put your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and take 4 deep breaths. You're going to take 4 inhales or inhale on a 4 count, and then you're going to do an exhale with 6 counts. That's telling your body that you're safe. Your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly are really going to reassure that inner child that you're safe, it's all good, calm down, and then you can think a little more clearly. And then you can actually move through those feelings and come out on the other side. And another thing that I really recommend is to ask to see things differently. That's something that I ask all the time. If I'm feeling any kind of negativity towards somebody or a situation, I ask to see it differently. And it feels like it's so amazing, because at first you think it's not working, and then before you know it, you do. Either the anxiety goes away, the anger goes away, whatever it is you're feeling goes away, and you may not see it like a clear picture of it differently, but you won't be stressed out about it anymore. So ask to see it differently. And then the third thing that I would really recommend that you do is to ask for some kind of something that would really nurture you in that moment. And it might be, something you'll run into a book or a meme or a video or whatever it is. You'll get what you need, and then you'll just be like, oh my gosh, the universe is amazing. And it's just a really wonderful feeling. So I know that's a lot, but I really, really want to validate your feelings around feeling that, because it can be a really tough spot to be in when you're doing so much work. Just know that everyone goes through it, and it's part of it all. It's part of the path, it's part of the journey. And so the first step is to regulate your nervous system. And then the second step would be to really ask for some kind of shift in perspective and allow that to happen, and then ask for your next step, or what you need to see, what needs to be revealed to you. And I promise you'll get the support that you need in one way or another. Just open your heart to it and you'll get what you need.